Mucho. Mucho, mucho. Molto. More. Hey, what's up? It's me, Gazbot, for another Gazbot's Toy Shots. That's right, Gazbot's Toy Shots, the show where I tell you briefly about my toy acquisitions, finds, deals, interests, and whatnot. Now, I've been pretty Star Wars heavy lately, and it will be heavy again this time, but I promise there's something much different, much not Star Wars after the first few things I showed you. So stick around to the end and you might get a surprise that is not Star Wars related. You might hate it, you might like it, but it will not be Star Wars, I promise you that. But to start off, Star Wars. What have I got? Oh, this is not a toy. This is the Star Wars Blu-ray. This is the Target version that has exclusive extra features. I have not watched yet, so I cannot report on how good they are. I just know they're exclusive to this version. It has the Blu-ray, it has the DVD, it has the digital download, and it has the extra features all in one package. Now, I've been cutting down on my physical media collection, but I felt the need to support Star Wars because I'm a big nerd, and I want to make sure everybody knows this was better than the prequels. Look at all the money it's making. Also, when I went into Target, I was shocked to find this. That's right, it's the 6-inch Jango Fett from the Black Series. Now, this was tough because I wanted this figure because it looks cool. I'd wanted the Boba Fett. I missed out on the Boba Fett, and now I'm probably going to get the Moff X down the line, which is much more expensive, but it's the similar scale that'll match with these guys. But my 6-inch collection, I keep telling myself, is Force Awakens only. He is not Force Awakens. He's also a prequel, which is my least favorite of the three trilogies. But I like Jango Fett. I like Boba Fett. It's cool armor. I could kind of put him in the background by the stormtroopers. I don't think it'll be a problem. He was up until recently rare. Now he's still kind of rare, uncommon to rare. He's uncommon, but he's still the one everyone's grabbing. He should retail for $20, but I see him for $30, $35 all the time, and people will buy it. I refuse to on principle because he's still in the stores. If something's out of the stores and people jack it up, I get it. Or if people say, hey, $25 because I did the legwork, I get it. But I refuse to pay $10 or $15 for someone who just took it off the rack, most likely before me, and they're the reason I can't find it in the stores. Political rant over. I found him at my local Target, which is usually not very good at finding new toys or hot toys, whatever. And I literally saw the guy do this, ka-chunka, on the wall. Oh man, Jango Fett, I'm so excited, and I'm like, I took it off, like as he put it down, I put it right back. I'm like, I'm so happy I can never find him. And they're like, oh yeah, this was the day the Blu-ray came out. He's like, oh well, the movie came out, so you know we're restocking, I guess. I'm like, oh, you guys never have anything, blah blah. They had the Finn and Stormtrooper armor. They had the older Han, which I'd already picked up, so I didn't need them. They had a Phasma, which I already had. All the ones that I've been looking for that are kind of now uncommon that used to be rare, they had. The one I needed most though was Jango, so I grabbed him. I was super stoked. I was gonna get him. I was looking around. I was thinking about getting this. I was on the fence. What made me get that, and him, well, I got him, but what made me get it at the same time, and also this character, who is who? He is the First Order Flame Trooper. I have the Elite Series Disney, which I may or may not continue that collection, but I got him as a troop builder. He's the 6-inch scale. I did not have him. And the reason I decided to get everything was because they had a deal that if you get $50 or more, you get $10 off. So that made him $10 instead of $20, or it made this $10 instead of $20, however you want to look at it. I spent $60 and only paid $50. So I was going to get him for sure. I was on the fence about him, and then I got this to make the deal work. So here's the thing though, there was a little bit of drama because when I brought it all up, this wouldn't ring up. And it was one of the guys who had helped me. And, you know, I had seen me be all excited about it being there, and he's like, oh, it won't ring up. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait, no problem. And he's like, no, it's like coming up as not in the system. And I'm like, well, you know, just ring it up as a different Black Series. You know, it's all the same price, who cares? He's like, well, no, it's saying we can't sell it yet. And I don't know if he was getting at, sometimes, you know, their products, they get in a week before the release date and they're not supposed to release them and they get stuck out on the floor. But this character's been out for a while. It's April 2016. He's been out for at least a month, maybe more. I've seen him for sale. I just have been unlucky enough to get him. I've been unlucky enough that I haven't got him, I should say. So I said, well, no, he's not new. He's just new today to me, but he's been out for a while. He's definitely available. He's like, well, it's not showing up in the system, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, so what are we going to do? He's like, I can't sell it to you. And I said, well, what am I going to do? Come back tomorrow? He won't be here. You know, I want him. And I'm like, you put him out. It's not like I found him in the back. Like, you literally just put him out. You saw me take it off the wall where you put it. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I can't sell it to you. So I was like, okay, I want to talk to a manager. Got the manager on the thing. And I don't think she knew that I could hear because he's talking, and he was pleasant enough. He just didn't know what to do. And then the manager got on the thing, and she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he's like, he understood the problem. He just didn't know how to fix it. She didn't seem to understand the problem. He's like, "Oh, a guest here wants to buy something, but it's not in the system." And she's like, "Oh, well, it's probably not for sale yet." And he's like, "Well, no, it's a Star Wars figure. It should be in the system, but it's not." And blah blah. And you know, we kind of figured it out. And she's like, "Oh, just sell it to him. Get him out of there." And he kind of gave me a face like, oh, that was rude. And I was like, yeah, good, yes, just sell it to me, get me out of there. That's fine, that's exactly right. I don't care if she hates my guts. I found him finally, sell him to me. How am I arguing with you? Sell me money. Sell me things, take my money. But then, on top of that, when I tried to get, I'm like, okay, here's the thing, and it was a thing where you send a text and they send the coupon to your phone. And I said, okay, I have this coupon, doesn't work. And I specifically got $60 worth of stuff so I'd get the deal. Now he said, oh, well, it's not coming up. Where did you see the ad? And I said, right there, 10 feet away. There's a big sign. It's Star Wars Day. Buy Star Wars stuff, get a deal. And he's like, oh, well, it's not coming up. And I think he saw in my eyes that I was going to be like, time to call the manager again. But he's like, okay, you get the deal. So it all worked out. I got the Jango. I got the deal. Everybody's happy except for the guy that had to work with me because I'm a pain in the ass. Although I was polite. I was insistent. I never raised my voice. I never got nasty. I was just insistent that they sell me the thing I want to buy and give me the deal they promised. I was really just asking for what they are supposed to do. And it all worked out. Okay. That's the Star Wars news. Well, that's it. See you later. No, Gazbot, you said there'd be a non-Star Wars surprise. You're right, Gazbot. Here it is. This is big and heavy. I did that on purpose. Do you believe me? You shouldn't. I'm lying. I didn't do it on purpose. This is Sentai. This is Super Sentai, which is in America is Power Rangers, as we've said before. Boom. It's a beautiful big box. Now, normally I say this is also Power Rangers. This literally is just Sentai because this is Sentai Reisha Tokyuger, which is a train-themed Sentai. This is a legendary Ranger key set, as I've shown you once before, or twice before now. It's huge. It's the biggest one I've got. It's Bandai Japan rather, and it's like their sort of premier sets, the more collectible, collector and high-end stuff. Their Gokaiger is this series that had this in Japan. That ended years ago, and they keep coming out with these sets because jerks like me keep buying them. But this Sentai will not be being translated to an American version, unfortunately. So this is never going to be Power Rangers. This is only Sentai. But let's see what we got. This is the newest. Now, some of the series came out later. They came out with a secondary henshin device that could, like Go Busters, will work in the henshin device even though it wasn't around when that show came out. But now they've gotten to the point where they're not going to release a third henshin device, but they keep releasing keys. And so what they do is they release what they call sound barrels. And as you can see, it's the TQG as Tokyuger. I guess that's just Tokyuger. I've only watched 1 or 2 episodes, so I'm not really sure. But it's got a nice little rainbow sticker. It's got the little pull tab. And we can grab any one of these keys. I'm just going to grab Tokyu Red. Well, they don't go by colors, they go by numbers. So Tokyu Ichigo, which is number 1. So I'll show you him. And you can see, again, train theme. He's got a 1 on him, and it's, very trainy. I'll put him in. And what do we got? Ranger key. Imagination is a big theme of this series. Now, some of the older sets, like they did a Kyoryuger set where each barrel had their own key or whatever. Each key had their own barrel. This is one barrel that just has a bunch of sound for all of them. So unfortunately, it's not like all the different keys are going to do a lot of different stuff. It's more just, let's turn it again. Tokyu Ichigo. So he's saying Tokyu 1, Tokyu 2, and he starts going through all of them. I'll just put this down. You get the idea. I'm gonna have to edit this. Imagination. All right, so you can see that's cool. I wish they would, it'd be cool if they had a henshin device that you could plug little chips into, that every time they did this, it would work that way. But regardless, this set is super bright, super rainbowy. The colors are somewhat brighter than even the rainbow colors on the normal Ranger figures, Ranger keys. And it's funny because this happens to me a lot with things where when I saw the concept for this season, I'm like, that looks stupid. It's trains. They're all rainbow bubblegum. It looks dumb. Watched a couple episodes, thought it was a lot of fun. This set is one of my favorite sets I've got. Even though I haven't even watched the whole series, it's just a lot of fun. There's more keys than I need. I might end up selling some of the extras. So this is a gigantic set, and it's sort of, some people are happy about it, some people are not. It makes it more expensive, of course, but they have fulfilled every niche of the show, supposedly. Whereas other shows are missing full characters and things. This one went out of its way to have every version, ostensibly, this is the red, which is usually the team leader, but he's identified more by his number 1, and the way it works is they could switch colors. So I have read 1, and then I've read 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., but they're all basically the same. So if I want to, I can resell full sets of the core team with different numbers on them to sort of offset the costs. I'm sort of up in the air about that right now. But in addition to that, they have some of the 6th Rangers, 7th Rangers, etc., and the special editions. You can see they have more than, this is the 6th Ranger, and that would be, I guess, the 7th. I haven't even seen that character yet. And then they have special versions here, where you can see the insignias are not even numbers, they're something else. And then they have this crazy panda one and this dark one, but really, this rainbow key is it. This is the key that, beyond having, you know, a team to help fill my collection, beyond having all these other crazy ones, this is the key that sells the set for me. And I've seen people selling this for $100 all by itself. It's translucent, it has a whole bunch of different colors. The key itself is clear. It's fantastic. I love it. It hits all the notes I would want in a toy. Even if I didn't know what this was, even if I didn't collect these keys, I would, if I saw this, I would just want it because it's cool looking. Now, as you can see though, if I put it into the drum, it actually is different, but I don't think that's because of this key. I think it's just... You know, now I'm not sure, because those are 2 different messages than from the other one, so maybe he triggers his own. Let me do an experiment. Let me get random blue and see what we get here. Oh, it's the same. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've read different things that it's just random, not random, but that it's just triggered by a key. You'll have to get your own experiment. If you really care, I can find out. But it seems to me that you just put whatever key in, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to put that down there because he keeps going. But you get the basic idea. I'm going to put up photos at the end of all of them so you get a better look. But it's a pretty great set. It's pricey. I got it through Tokulectables, who is a U.S. reseller that has a contact in Japan. They get it brought in and then they ship it out here. They do mostly Sentai and Kamen Rider stuff, although they occasionally do other things. But there's a 3rd Ranger key set I bought from them. I bought some Dragon Ball Z stuff for Christmas for Q. And they're honest, and their prices seem to be, in general, a little bit lower than average. And their shipping time is pretty good once it gets to America. Plus, they're very responsive, so I recommend using them. I'll put a link below as well. And that's going to do it for this episode. So this was the surprise non-Star Wars ending. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Oh, one other thing I should show you. Also of note, like the other sets, it does have stickers you need to put on. They're painted on the front completely, but on the back you have to add stickers. And like the other sets, they give you 2 full sets in case you mess up. And you can see this one has a nice sparkle sticker, which is pretty cool. So that's good. The other thing, just so you can see, the original Henshin device, it will get a noise. It won't identify it as Tokuger or anything so specific, but it doesn't completely not work like the Akiba Ranger key. So it's a special Ranger key, then it calls it Denjiman. It's not Denjiman, that's just a glitch. This one is the newer version, and this one you get a different sound. Still not correct. Special Ranger key, but when I press this one, Gashpan Tokidoki, is that maybe, or I think that's maybe. Anyway, whatever, I don't know what it's saying, but it's, it gets you something. It lets you know that this isn't one of the normal keys, and then if you want the real sound, you gotta use the barrel. Overall, it's a great set. It's expensive, but if you could afford it, I recommend it. Or, you know, you might wanna look on eBay or whatever reseller if you just want the core team or a certain Ranger. It'll still be expensive, but maybe you pay $50 for a set of 5 instead of, you know, the whole thing, something like that. Regardless, I'm closing out the show. The show that is called Gazbot. Gazbot's what? Gazbot's push! Move my scober up a little bit. Scober up a little bit. Hey, what's up? It's me, Gazbot, for another but Dick. Hi!